Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video, we're going to be talking about my top 3 stocks of February 2020. I always like to go over my last 3 stocks that I picked, and my first pick was Aurora, and I completely got this one wrong. Uh, I thought Aurora would do good in January because of the edible 2.0 market, but they just kept getting attacked by analysts and the media, and now the stock has sold off massively. uh, I thought it was a good opportunity at 263, but it was actually a good opportunity to short the stock because the stock went down massively, and you would have made a huge fortune just shorting the stock instead of buying the stock. Because 263, and now the stock is $1.65. It basically lost a whole dollar value, and that's quite a bit of money. Now, I don't right now. I don't know where the stock price is going. I do not have a position in Aurora. I actually have a put option on Aurora. I think it's going down lower. Some people can argue and tell me, no, this is the bottom, but right now there's just way too much pressure on Aurora. And the only thing that could turn it around is earnings report. I don't know by the time I make a video next time I make a video, I don't know if Aurora will have earnings, but I think it's going to go lower, and I hope it goes lower. I hope it goes to $1 US, because the return on investment would be ridiculous at $1 US, because if it went back to 10 US dollars, that is 1000% return on investment. I think in the future Aurora could give you a potential of 1,000 return on investment, but this is just my opinion. I don't know if that, but especially if the stock price dropped down to $1 US, the only thing can give you 1,000% return on investment. But again, my opinion. So yeah, but I'm hoping Aurora goes down lower. I don't know if it will. There's just so much pressure on Aurora stock, so many negative articles saying that Aurora is going to go below $1. I hope it does. I would load up the boat on Aurora at below $1, but I don't know if it will. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping it does, but we'll see what happens. And then my second pick was Beyond Meat. I do not have a position in Beyond Meat, but if I did, I would have made bank, because the stock ran to almost $97, and then it dropped after that. But it just on January 6th, it went from $75 all the way. It went up 28% in literally 5 days, from January 6th to January 10th. So in 4 days, it went up massively. It went up 28%. You would have made a 28% return on investment if you bought at $75, like I said. But it took a while, and it finally happened. So at least I got one right. And then my third pick stock was Acreage Holdings. This one is kind of a half right, half wrong scenario. I said I thought it was an opportunity at 531. And the stock skyrocketed. You would have made a good 30% return on investment if you sold it at 691 and then rebought it. But if you bought it here, you didn't sell, you would have lost your entire gains. That's the way the market works sometimes, up and down. But at 533, I think is an opportunity. Yeah, I do. I think that the return on investment is huge at 533. But in the world of the stock market, there's a possibility it can go lower. There's a possibility we could see it go all the way down to $4.15. At $4.15, it's a no-brainer at this point. Will it go down there? Yeah, it's a possibility. Canopy can come out with bad earnings, and Canopy drops like a rock, which will drag Acreage Holdings down even further. That's a total possibility. But the lower Acreage Holdings stock goes, the higher return on investment it becomes. That's my opinion. We'll see if that's going to be the scenario. So let's moving forward. Okay, so so those are my top 3 picks of last month. I got one right, one completely wrong, and one is half right, half wrong. And then my top 3 picks for the month of February of 2020. First one is Cresco Labs. I like Cresco Labs. I think Cresco Labs is one of the biggest producers in the United States. They are a multi-state operator. They have a lot of production, and they just acquired Origin House, which has the biggest distribution channel in California. So combined with the biggest production in California with the biggest distribution in California, they basically own the California market, and they are also the biggest producer in Illinois. At least this is what I think. I'm not 100% sure. There might be a producer that's bigger than them in Illinois, but at the moment they are the biggest producer in Illinois, and they are I think they have over 200,000 square feet of cultivation in Illinois, and I don't think there's any other producer that have that much. But again, I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. A lot of multi-state operators don't disclose how much cultivation they have overall. So it kind of sucks, but Cresco, I like Cresco in the fact that they are very transparent on how much they produce in MJ products, and I like that. And 760s are not a bad price, but if it ever did drop down to $5.99 or $6, oh, that is a huge opportunity right out there. But if we look at the chart, it does look like it's downtrending. So there's a possibility it could go down lower. The lower it goes, the higher return on investment it becomes. I like the company, but the chart is telling me that Cresco Labs could go down further. So I definitely would keep an eye on this. I like the company. If you don't like the company, then that's fine. But I like the company, and I think it offers a huge return on investment if the United States ever become federally legal. That is my opinion. And then the second stock I pick is Auxly. You already saw my video on Auxly I made yesterday. Auxly is one of the biggest, second biggest 2.0 company in Canada right now. They have a backing with Imperial Brands, which is a big giant tobacco company, and I believe that Auxly will succeed long term. But again, this is my opinion. They are not in any way of bankruptcy. Nobody can argue that Auxly is going to go bankrupt, because first of all, they don't really have any debt. If they do, it's convertible, and it's from Imperial Brands, because Imperial Brands has a 20% convertible debt on Auxly, which is a smarter strategy because Auxly could drop down lower. But Auxly has almost $200 million on the balance sheet, and they are one of the biggest producers in MJ 2.0. And when they announce earnings in the springtime, I think it's going to be fantastic. And I think Auxly will skyrocket. I think Auxly should be at least $1, at least worth at least, $600 million Canadian. But again, this is my opinion. So I don't know if that's going to be the scenario. But I do like Auxly, and I think Auxly has a future in Canada, and they have a backing with a big giant tobacco. They have a partnership with with a big giant tobacco company, Imperial Brands. So I don't really see you going wrong scaling into this company. But that's my opinion. And then my third pick is Nokia Corporation. This, the stock is definitely uptrending. RSI level is at 73. It's uptrending. I see, I think there's a possibility that Auxly could go back to $5 in, the short term here. So that would be a return on investment of around 25%. So it's a pretty decent return on investment, but it is uptrending. So and it's on 3G. Worst case scenario, it goes back to 343, which would make it an opportunity, like back to the low $3, which would make it an opportunity. But again, I don't think it will. I think it's uptrending. I think it's going to go up to $5 in the short term here. But again, this is my opinion. None of this is financial advice. I just make this for pure entertainment purposes, and I also like to keep up with my top 3 videos. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. Give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. Subscribe for future updates, and have a great day. Bye.